According to the Humane Society Animal League for Life, over 70,000 kittens and puppies are born each day. Regardless of how cute and cuddly they are, that's just too many. So this morning I want to talk to you about the benefits of spaying and neutering, and I will discredit the claims of why people do not have their pets spayed or neutered. All my life I've had various pets and they've all been spayed or neutered. I never questioned this process because my parents were always in charge of the pet's health care. However, I recently looked into it and found that there's many more benefits to having your pet spayed and neutered than finally to get my dog to stop humping my leg. So, even for those who are anti-spaying and neutering, and they believe that spaying and neutering will not affect them, I have some facts for them that will also prove how spaying and neutering affects their lives and their pets' lives. So I will also inform you of how spaying and neutering can give your pet a healthier life, give your pet a happier life, stop pet overpopulation, and stop unnecessary euthanasia. To begin, spaying and neutering can give your pet a healthier life. Depending on gender, spaying and neutering can lessen your pet's chance of contracting and developing certain illnesses and diseases. Warrington Kennel Club says that in males, neutering can limit their chance of getting the obvious testicular cancer, but also internal and external hernias, benign prostatic hyperplasia, and infection of the testicles. In females, it can eliminate breast cancer, false pregnancies, ovarian and uterine tumors, and cystic ovaries. Along with giving your pet a healthier life, it can also give your pet a happier life. Prior to neutering, pets can exhibit certain bad behaviors that they just can't control. Although you spent hours training them, the bad behavior refuses to stop. This is because certain behaviors are hormone-driven, and the only way to rid your pet of these bad behaviors is to have them spayed or neutered. These hormone-driven bad behaviors include aggression towards other animals, territorialism through overprotection, territorialism through urine and feces markings, wanderlust or roaming and running away, dominance, and unwanted sexual behaviors like a dog humping everything in sight. So not only will this make your pet happier by ridding them of bad behavior, but what pet owner wouldn't be happy to rid their pet of these bad behaviors? So spaying and neutering helps them have a happier and healthy life, but it also can eliminate the pet overpopulation problem and unnecessary euthanasia. The Humane Society in the United States reports that over 4 million animals in shelters are euthanized each year. I'd love to say that these animals are old or sick, rabid or violent, but I can't. In reality, many of these animals are capable of loving and companionship, but there's not enough money or room to keep them in shelters for very long. 61% of dogs entering shelters will be euthanized. 75% of cats entering shelters will also be euthanized, according to the Humane Society Animal League for Life. Also, sadly, there is no age requirements for euthanasia, so there's nothing stopping euthanasia from coming for that completely healthy, adorable litter of puppies that have been in the shelter just a little too long. And despite health consequences and unfortunate endings with over 4 million animals, many people do not spay and neuter because they believe false beliefs about it. Like, for example, spaying and neutering is expensive. However, spaying and neutering is a generally inexpensive major surgery. According to the American Humane Society Association, many animal shelters offer low-cost spay and neuter services, and there are many low-cost spay and neuter clinics across the country. And in comparison to caring for a newborn litter of puppies or kittens, the cost isn't much. In addition, if there are any complications during the birth of a litter, a pet can require emergency surgery, costing even more money and possibly the life of your pet. Another myth is that spaying and neutering can cause uncontrollable weight gain in your pet. However, the ASPCA says lack of exercise and overfeeding will cause your pet to pack on the extra pounds, not neutering. Your pet will remain fit and trim as long as you continue to provide exercise and monitor your food intake. And recently, a myth that my dad tried to employ when I was having his dog neutered was that he didn't want Pudge, his little puppy, to be less masculine. I didn't care if he had his little things intact. I just wanted to stop humping my stuffed animals. But my dad said you feel like less of a male dog, you feel like a little girl dog. Buy the dog a skirt. However, SecondChanceForAnimals.com says we shouldn't confuse human sexuality with the dog and cat's hormonal instincts. Neutering won't cause any negative emotional reaction or an identity crisis. Another myth about spaying and neutering is that it can alter a pet's personality. However, no change in personality occurs, only behavioral changes, and one's for the better. Second Chance for Animals goes on to say that the behavior changes you'll see are positive ones. Spayed and neutered animals make better companions and are more affectionate. Finally, like I mentioned earlier, many people do not believe that the pet overpopulation affects them in any way, or their pets. However, the ASPCA says spaying and neutering your pet is good for the community. Stray animals pose a real problem in many parts of the country. They can prey on wildlife, cause car accidents, damage the local fauna, and frighten children. Spaying and neutering packs a powerful punch in reducing the number of animals on the streets. Let's say, for example, an unneutered dog or cat were to get out of the yard and roam due to raging hormones. There's nothing stopping it from impregnating a stray female. That pet owner would never know, and that female would go on to give birth to a litter of strays, adding to the pet population problem. So now that I've described to you how spaying and neutering can give your pet a healthier life, stop pet overpopulation, and stop unnecessary euthanasia, I hope that I've gotten you to support spaying and neutering and to get you to consider spaying your current pet or next pet, because the wise sterilize. Thank you.
So, Dwayne, what did you think?
Some positives. I felt you had, good information. Your personality was in your speech. The personal stories were good. You had a good exit line. And some of the things I think you might want to work on is kind of slow down a little bit. I know you're probably nervous, but kind of, just stay calm and slow down a little bit. A little more eye contact with the audience and look down at less looking down at your card. It was good.
All right. Well, I mean, you made a lot of the same comments that I'm thinking about making too. On the presentation things especially, I think that you need to look at us a little bit more, and especially at the beginning, I thought you were rushing. I thought you were better in the later parts of the speech, but in the first couple of minutes, I think it's probably just that adrenaline rush. I'm getting started here, and it kicks in, and you go a little faster than you probably want to. I know it's tough because you have a lot of material in the speech that's quoted material, and so you do need to look down quite a bit. And I know that you tried to look up pretty regularly, but try and distribute it a little bit more, make it a little more active when you're talking to the audience, and I think that'll also enhance your confidence too. Same kind of thing, a little quiet, but it wasn't a problem, just to try, it'll help the audience more if you can put some energy into it. The content issues, I don't really have any major issues on, except maybe I think you could get a little bit more on some emotional appeals. The visualization of your dog humping the stuffed animals, that's kind of funny, but the negative visualizations of animals that have to be euthanized, a story, even a personal story about something that you've seen. As soon as you said it, I started thinking about it this morning. There's a cat in the front of our house, that's been run over. Somebody's pet, and why is it out at night? 9 times out of 10, it's exactly the thing that you're talking about. And so, the old saying, why did the cat cross the road? It didn't. There it is, right there. It's a little sad. So, you need to get maybe a little bit more emotional content to it. But of course, you can't play Sarah McLachlan and show the pictures of the sad animals. So, it's a little bit tough to do that. All right, thank you.